Hey Mad Lads, welcome back to another brand new YouTube video on the Nik's Quick Music Fix channel. So today we have yet another tutorial. I'm not running out of ideas, I swear. I just, I need to get an answer for this question right here. This awesome question by Tim McCowan. And so we're going to be touching on, well, what melodic and harmonic scales are. But to get there, we're going to be talking about what minor scales are, how they differ from major scales, which we learned in the last video. And yeah, it's going to be fun. Okay guys, as I was saying in the last video, we all know the major scales, the C scale, the F scale, we know the G scale, but what we didn't touch on is how these scales could be modified into different modes. Now a mode is playing the exact same scale, so let's just use C because that's the easiest scale. If we want to use C, we could play that on any starting note but use it the exact same. So let's say we can start on the E. You see how that has a different sound? Well, musicians, we call that the third mode. And each note is called a mode. And how we know what mode it is what note we're starting on. And to count, we count like this. The first note is 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. So you were probably thinking it goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like you're walking, but in this case you have to count before you take a step. So you standing still or me sitting here before getting up in this case would be one step without even getting up. So that's how you count. 1, 2, 3, 4. And those are what modes are and how to count them. So let's talk about the different adjectives that we can use to explain what these modes are. So we know that for each mode, it has a different sound. Or every single note has a different sound because it's starting on a different tonic or starting note. And the starting note or tonic can really modify what the sound is. So musicians, in this case, we like to use fancy words, which is major, minor, dominant, augmented, and I'll be explaining what a few of those are right now. So this is a C major chord. Why, you may ask? Because it starts on the tonic of a major scale. It is a major scale, therefore it is a major mode. So we know that the first note C in the C major scale is a major key. So let's stay in the key of C and move up. So you might have noticed that that sounded a little different. So it's not just that it sounded different, it's the fact that this is a minor scale or a minor mode. Though when we talk about music, we know that in every single scale there is the relative minor, which is, if you look at a circle of fifths, right here, you'll see that there are little letters under each of the major scales. So if you look at C, it's an A. Let's count out what A is in the C major scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. Okay, now let's go to G. Let's see, so it's E. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go to F. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You starting to see a trend here? Every single minor scale of it, well, every single major scale has a relative minor scale. And that relative minor scale is playing all the exact same notes in that key, but starting on the 6th note. So let's just look at the C major scale. The 6th note is A, as in the circle of fifths. So let's play that. Now when you listen to that rather than, it sounds a bit different, right? Or it sounds a bit more gloomy or sad. You can use as a bit of an adjective. But in the music world, that is called the relative minor scale. And if you go around the circle of fifths and you find the sixth note of every single one of those major scales, that will be the relative minor of that scale. So, like I was saying, let's get back to the different modes and the different adjectives. So first one we already chose is the major. Second is minor. Third, all of these modes follow a pattern. The third one is a minor. Fourth is a major. Fifth is a dominant, but it could be considered major. Sixth is the relative minor, therefore it is minor. Then we have another major, and then we have the major. So the pattern goes major, minor, minor, major, dominant slash major, minor, major, dominant, or major, sorry. Major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, major, major. Sounds simple? Well, you can practice that if you want. You can memorize that in any way, and come back to this video if you want, because we're going to be tackling what harmonic and melodic scale is. So let's stick with C major, or in this case the relative minor, the A minor scale. So we know that that's a minor scale, minor chord, but why can we modify it? What does harmonic and melodic even mean? Weirdly enough, harmonic and melodic was actually way back when, in the early BC centuries, which I'm not gonna get into that. That's gonna be in a history video in the future, so you can actually look forward to that. I'm not gonna ramble on about that now. But monks were actually modifying the scales to make them sound better in this case. They came up with the melodic and harmonic scales. So there are only two modifications, two notes that are modified in the melodic, and only one note that is modified in the harmonic. So to make it easier, let's start with a harmonic one. So if we play the C minor, the note that is modified is the seventh. In this case is the G. So the G is raised a semitone, so it turns into a black key. So instead of, we turn it into a G sharp. So entirely it sounds like this. Now that kind of sounded a little Middle Eastern, had a different sound to it rather than a minor, right? So we have to remember that harmonic is always the seventh note is raised a semitone on the way up and the way down. Why I say the way up and the way down is because the next scale, the melodic scale, the sixth and seventh notes are raised up on the way up, but then natural on the way down. So it sounds like this. So let's play that again. So on the way up on the melodic scale, these two notes become two black notes, the semitones. So that becomes F sharp and G sharp. But on the way down, we alternate into the white keys because they're naturalized on the way down in the melodic scale. And now that we know what the melodic and harmonic means, I think I have to throw a disclaimer out there that using melodic and harmonic does not work for any major scale, does not work any for second mode, third mode, fourth mode, fifth mode, or seventh mode. It only works for the relative minor, which is the minor scale, which is what we've been working on. So you guys can go try testing that out now. Let me know what you think about that in the comment below. Tim, hope that answered your question. If you guys have any other questions about the major, minor, dominant pattern, please let me know. I might be talking about chords in the future, minor and major chords, augmented, diminished chords. I'll be talking about that in the future. You can expect that in the future video. But as of right now, those are the minor scales, harmonic and melodic. scales and basically how to use them, how to play them, how to maneuver around the circle of fifths, the minors, and yeah. If you guys have any other questions that you want to answer, like Tim's, you know, you can always leave them down below. May have a song or a jazz progression coming out soon, so you guys can look out for that. I'm going to be doing my first history video at the next week, so you can expect that by the end of next week. And from now on, we're going to try and keep a nice schedule. So like a nice schedule like Theory Thursdays, History Fridays or something like that. You know, we can figure that out. Music Mondays for new songs. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys learned something. Like, subscribe, do anything you want really. Yeah, so thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.